Threads of eternity. A city of shadows. A rift in time. One girl. One bond. Together, they fight fate itself. Introducing Lyric Star. Nothing about her life has ever fit neatly into a verse. She walks through the world like someone who's learned to survive its sharpest edges. Quiet when she needs to be, fearless when she has no choice, and always watching more than she lets on. There is a gravity to her presence, the kind that makes strangers pause and wonder who she is, or what she's been through. Lyric doesn't chase trouble. It finds her, in the shadows she can't outrun, in the secrets she never asked to inherit, in the threads of destiny tightening around her life. Behind her sharp eyes is a story she doesn't tell. Behind her strength is a past she refuses to be defined by. And behind every step she takes is a question she needs answered, even if she fears the truth. But she is not just a survivor. She is the spark in the darkness. The key to a mystery older than memory. The force fate tries and fails to control. This is Lyric Star. The girl who shouldn't matter, yet somehow matters more than anyone can understand. Her journey begins now. One thread at a time. Episode 1, The Call of Destiny. Rain slicks the pavement, neon signs ripple across puddles. Alara crouches near a cracked manhole, her breath fogging in the cold air. She brushes her fingers over the glowing device. Its pulse matches her heartbeat.
What are you?
The device vibrates, alive. She flinches, then steadies herself. A car passes at the far end of the street, headlights briefly illuminating her. She hides the device instinctively, as if it must be protected. The glow flares brighter, warmth spreading through her fingertips. A shadow flickers in her peripheral vision. She freezes. Alara spins. A hooded figure steps out of the darkness. His presence is heavy, pulling at her like gravity.
Alara, you weren't supposed to touch it yet.
Who are you?
She backs away, clutching the device tighter.
Someone who needs to keep you alive. Trust me.
Trust you. You appear out of nowhere and you know my name. Explain yourself.
He hesitates, studying her. The device pulses violently, reacting to him. Alara's breath quickens. She feels the warmth surge through her chest.
Do you think I'm just going to follow you?
You don't have a choice. The rift has already seen you.
Alara and Kale sprint, the device glowing in her hand. Shadows dart at the edges of their vision, fast and sharp.
They're faster than I thought.
Then we run faster.
A shadow lunges from an alley, blocking their path. Kale yanks her aside just as a neon sign crashes down, sparks flying. They dodge, breathless, adrenaline surging. The shadow swirls, forming a humanoid figure with glowing red eyes. It moves unnaturally fast, circling them.
Stay behind me.
I'm not staying behind. You said we'd do this together.
Kale's gaze meets hers, steady, grounding. The shadow splits into 2, then 4 surrounding them. Alara grips the device tighter, its glow flaring.
Focus, Alara. It responds to you.
Alara raises the device instinctively. A pulse of light pushes one shadow back. Kale seizes the opening, striking hard. They scramble upward, rain pouring over them. The city lights below shimmer like molten gold.
I didn't think rooftops would feel like this much fun in a fight.
Don't get used to it.
Alara slips on the slick metal. Kale catches her, pulling her close. Their eyes lock for a moment, danger and something more. Above, the rift pulses brighter, shadows pouring down like living rain. They duck into a narrow alley. Shadows close in, eyes glowing. The device glows like a beacon, responding to Alara's fear.
So, what do we do now?
We fight together. No one's taking you.
A shadow lunges directly at Alara. Kale throws himself forward, shielding her. The device flares violently, blasting the shadow back. Alara stares at her hand, trembling. She realizes the device responds to her will. They scramble inside, catching their breath. The shadows retreat for now.
You okay?
Yeah, thanks to you.
They sit in silence, rain dripping from their clothes. The bond between them deepens. Danger has brought them together. The device flickers violently, warning them. The shadows will return stronger. The sky above the city darkened unnaturally. A rift tore open, stretching across the skyline like a jagged scar. Alara felt the device vibrate in her hand, pulling her toward the danger.
We need to see it. Now.
It's massive.
Fear and awe collided as they stared at the pulsing tear in reality. Shadows poured forth, larger and more aggressive than before. The streets below erupted into chaos. People ran screaming as shadows swarmed, bending reality around them. Alara and Kale moved through the crowd, guiding citizens to safety whenever they could.
Stay close. Don't let go of my hand.
I'm not letting go.
Every moment tested their courage, but also strengthened their bond. Cornered in a narrow street, a shadow attacked from above. Kale caught Alara mid-fall, their bodies pressed together. Their eyes met, and for a heartbeat, the world outside the alley vanished.
I trust you.
And I trust you.
The words were unspoken yet fully understood. Their connection had shifted, becoming something neither expected. The shadows weren't done. They struck from every direction, faster and smarter. Alara and Kale fought side by side, their movements in sync, their trust giving them an edge.
We can do this. Together.
Exactly. We survived together.
They ducked into a hidden passage, narrowly escaping the shadows. Breathing heavily, the city above them looked calm in comparison to the chaos below.
We made it for now.
But it's not over. It's never over.
The device pulsed urgently, hinting at more danger ahead, yet also whispering possibilities they could only imagine. Alara and Kale arrived at a massive labyrinth that seemed to pulse with life. Walls shifted, corridors twisted, and the air hummed with energy.
Stay close. Every step matters here.
I've never seen anything like this.
The labyrinth challenged not only their bodies, but their minds and hearts. Reflections distorted reality. Alara faced versions of herself, each one whispering doubts and fears. Kale stood at her side, anchoring her to the real world.
I don't know if I can do this.
You can. I believe in you.
The labyrinth moved beneath their feet. Every hallway led somewhere unexpected. Alara learned to trust the device, following its glow while relying on Kale's guidance.
It's like the maze is alive.
It is, and it's testing us.
A corridor of shadows forced them to confront their deepest fears. Alara hesitated, frozen, but Kale's hand found hers.
You're stronger than your fear.
With you, maybe I am.
They reached the labyrinth's first center, a glowing chamber signaling success. Relief washed over them, but the deeper they went, the more dangerous it became.
We did it for now.
The real challenge is ahead.
The central chamber was massive, filled with energy threads weaving through the air. The device's glow intensified, reacting to their presence.
This is it. The heart.
It's beautiful, but I feel its danger too.
From the center, a figure rose, the Shadow King. Its presence was suffocating, its eyes filled with malice.
We can't let it win.
We won't. Together.
Shadows swirled violently, attacking from every angle. Alara and Kale fought, dodging and countering, their bond guiding their movements.
I can't believe we're still standing.
Because we fight together.
They reached the heart of the chamber, weaving threads of power together. The device responded, glowing brighter with every coordinated move.
We make a good team.
More than good. Better than I imagined.
The Shadow King collapsed into the energy threads, defeated, for now. The labyrinth fell silent, glowing softly around them.
It's over?
For now. But the threads aren't done yet.
Alara and Kale stepped through a shimmering portal and found themselves in the City of Echoes. Buildings shimmered, appearing and disappearing as though the city itself were breathing.
Stay close. This place isn't what it seems.
It's alive.
The streets twisted unnaturally, and whispers seemed to come from the walls themselves. The city forced them to relive fragments of their past. Alara saw childhood moments, mistakes, and fears projected on the buildings. Kale held her hand, grounding her through each memory.
I can't face it.
You don't have to face it alone.
They arrived at a massive gate, engraved with glowing symbols. The device pulsed stronger than ever.
This is it. The next step.
What's behind it?
Something that will change everything.
Shadows emerged from the gate, taking the shapes of people they had lost or feared. Alara hesitated, but Kale's presence gave her courage.
I can't let them scare me.
And don't. We face them together.
They defeated the shadows, and the gate opened. Alara felt stronger, more confident, and more connected to Kale than ever.
We're ready for whatever comes next.
And we face it as one.
A massive guardian appeared, pulsating with energy and blocking their path. Its presence demanded respect and focus.
We need to get past it.
How?
The sentinel attacked with incredible speed. Alara and Kale dodged and countered, working in perfect sync.
It's faster than anything we've faced.
Then we move faster.
Alara used the device to manipulate threads of energy, while Kale fought with precision. Together, they created a rhythm, a dance that drove the sentinel back.
We're unstoppable together.
Never doubt it.
A shadowy appendage caught Kale off guard, nearly knocking him off the platform. Alara lunged, catching him.
Thanks. I owe you one.
Always.
They stepped back, catching their breath. The sentinel paused, seemingly studying them, before disappearing into the shadows.
That was intense.
And we survived. That's what matters.
The portal led them to a massive chamber where threads of time hung in the air like strands of silk. Past, present, and future seemed to mingle.
It's beautiful.
But dangerous. One wrong move and we're trapped forever.
The rift above pulsed violently, and shadows poured out more aggressively than before.
They're getting stronger.
Then we have to be stronger.
A gap opened in the threads, forcing them to jump together. Their hands clasped tightly as they leaped into uncertainty. The challenge brought them even closer. Every shared glance, every brush of hands reinforced their unspoken connection.
I feel like I can face anything with you.
That's exactly how I feel.
The chamber fell unnaturally still. The threads suspended in the air dimmed, then flared, tightening, twisting, vibrating with an urgency Alara had never felt before. It wasn't fear exactly. It was recognition, a warning written into the fabric of the world itself. At the far edge of the chamber, where stone dissolved into shadow, something moved. A figure stepped forward, cloaked in layers of dark fabric that seemed to drink in the light. The hood concealed their face completely, yet Alara felt their gaze settle on her, heavy and deliberate. Each step echoed too loudly, as if the chamber itself were holding its breath. The threads recoiled as the figure advanced, pulling away from their path, snapping softly like strained wires. Symbols along the walls flickered, ancient runes responding to a presence they remembered but did not welcome. Alara's hand tightened around her weapon. Her voice barely carried.
Who are you?
The figure stopped just beyond the circle of light. For a moment, they said nothing. The silence stretched thick and suffocating, until even Alara's heartbeat felt intrusive. Kale shifted beside her, his stance lowering, ready. His eyes never left the stranger.
Whatever you are, you shouldn't be here.
The cloaked figure tilted their head, as if considering the words. Beneath the hood, a faint shimmer passed, threads moving where they should not, bending in impossible patterns. When they finally spoke, their voice seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once.
The threads don't decide who arrives. They only remember.
The chamber trembled. The threads pulsed violently now, flooding the space with fractured light. Past, present, and something else bleeding together. Alara felt a sharp pull in her chest, as if one of those threads had wrapped itself around her heart. Kale's jaw tightened.
Then this place just became dangerous.
The figure took one final step forward, and the threads screamed. They crossed the threshold, and the world unraveled. Gravity loosened its grip the moment they stepped through. Stone fractured into floating islands that drifted like slow-moving constellations, some spinning gently, others hanging motionless at impossible angles. Water flowed upward in silver ribbons, folding back into the sky before dissolving into mist. The horizon refused to stay still, bending and reforming each time Alara tried to focus on it. The air hummed with quiet distortion, as if reality itself were being tuned to an unfamiliar frequency. The threads were everywhere here, thicker, brighter, tangled in vast arcs that stitched island to island. Some pulsed with steady light. Others flickered erratically, snapping into new shapes when no one was watching. Each step forward sent subtle ripples through the space around them, like walking across the surface of something alive. Cale slowed, his hand instinctively reaching out, anchoring himself to the moment.
Stay close. This place doesn't follow rules, only habits. And even those change.
Alara turned slowly, trying to steady herself as the ground beneath her tilted without warning. Distant structures folded in on themselves, unfolding again into new forms, bridges becoming stairways, stairways dissolving into nothing. Her voice carried a mix of awe and unease.
I've never seen anything like this. Feels like it's watching us.
A low vibration rolled through the realm in response, as if it had heard her. Somewhere far beyond the floating islands, a deep shadow shifted, vast, patient, and aware. And the threads tightened, guiding them forward whether they were ready or not. They stepped into the chamber where all paths met. Threads poured in from every direction, converging into a blinding nexus at the center of the vast space. Each pulse carried echoes of everything they had endured, fractured timelines, lost worlds, impossible choices. The air vibrated with raw power, pressing against their lungs, bending the stone beneath their feet. This was the source, the origin of the chaos, the place where fate itself waited to be decided. Alara felt the familiar pull in her chest, stronger than ever before. The threads reacted to her presence, tightening and brightening, as though recognizing the one who could unmake or restore them. She took a steadying breath.
This is it.
Cale moved to her side, unflinching despite the overwhelming force surrounding them. His voice was calm, resolute.
Together we end this.
The chamber answered with a violent surge of light, as if daring them to try. The chaos intensified as they approached the center. Threads lashed outward, spiraling unpredictably, reacting to fear, doubt, and hesitation. But when Alara reached for Cale's hand, everything changed. The moment their fingers intertwined, the threads slowed. The device awakened between them, ancient, luminous, alive. Symbols ignited across its surface, rearranging themselves in response to their bond. Light poured from it, steady and warm, fueled not by force but by trust. Alara felt Cale grounding her, anchoring her to the present.
We can do this together.
Cale didn't hesitate.
Always.
The device flared brighter, feeding on their unity. The threads bent toward them instead of resisting, aligning into harmony. For the first time, the chamber fell silent. They moved as one. Alara reached into the flow of the threads, not commanding them, but listening, feeling the fractures where reality had been torn apart and stitched back together too many times. Cale mirrored her, reinforcing her focus, stabilizing the strain where it threatened to collapse. Together, they rewove what had been broken. The threads screamed, not in pain but release, as corrupted paths unraveled and snapped back into place. Waves of light rippled outward, racing beyond the chamber, restoring balance to worlds they would never see. Alara's voice shook with disbelief and hope.
It's working.
Cale braced himself as the chamber trembled violently. Hold on, almost there. With one final surge, the device absorbed their synchronized focus and released it into the core. The threads locked into place, their frantic motions slowing until only a steady glow remained. Then stillness. The chamber exhaled. The crushing pressure lifted, replaced by a calm that felt earned. The threads stabilized, drifting gently through the air like strands of starlight, no longer fractured, no longer fighting themselves. Alara and Cale stood together at the center of it all, hands still clasped, breathing hard. She looked at him, understanding passing between them without words. What they had done could never be undone. Their connection wasn't just emotional anymore. It was woven into the structure of reality itself. Alara broke the silence softly.
No matter what comes next.
Cale met her gaze without hesitation.
We face it together.
The threads shimmered in quiet agreement. The city of echoes breathed again. Its streets no longer warped or whispered with broken time. Lanterns glowed steadily. Reflections settled. The fractures that once haunted its skyline faded into memory. At the city's heart, the device dimmed, its light softening until it finally went dark, its purpose fulfilled. For now, Alara and Kale walked forward through the quiet streets, side by side, their footsteps steady, unafraid of the silence. Alara allowed herself a small, exhausted smile.
We survived, and we're stronger than ever.
Kale glanced at her, the future reflected in his eyes.
And this is only the beginning.
Above them, unseen but ever present, the threads shifted, already weaving what came next. The end.